Good morning, everyone. I'm Andrea.
And I'm Rick.
And today is September 19th, the end of summer.
Yes, what a summer it's been.
I know. We were doing exactly what they said we were doing. Travel local this year.
We've been saying that since, since those dark days of March and April.
Of lockdown.
Or we've been saying since the beginning. You know, you've got to take the opportunity and travel within your country where it's safe, where you know, and rediscover it.
And support the local economy and the local travel industry. And that's what we did.
We found some pretty amazing deals this year, I have to say.
It was really, really cool.
I mean, some of the highlights, we got like 50 euros a night somewhere in Venice. And,
yeah, something that you don't find very often.
No.
And we probably won't find again. But we took advantage of it and it was fantastic.
Mm-hmm. So with that, let's go through our favorites. What were our favorite things on our? We're going to call this a tour of Italy.
A tour of Italy with no tourists.
With no tourists.
Very few tourists.
That's
so right after lockdown was lifted, back in June, I feel like years ago, we went to Venice because we want to see Venice with as few tourists as possible, and that was fantastic.
We were there actually, I think on the second day that it opened up.
Yeah,
It opened up the first day.
Was it Tuesday? Was it Wednesday they opened up,
Right.
and we were there on a Thursday or Friday?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was very interesting. I mean, just seeing the local people. We met actually a tour guide, Luisella.
Yes.
Luisella. Hi, Luisella.
Hi, Luisella.
We love you. If you guys are ever in Venice and want an awesome English-speaking tour guide who can talk to the cows come home about Venice.
Yeah, she knows a lot about Venice. She's like really knowledgeable, and
Definitely.
she's really cool.
Yeah, check the comments below.
Yeah.
We've put a link to her Facebook page.
So what's your highlight of Venice?
Well, nobody would believe me, but I got to drive a gondola, and how cool was that?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That's like something that you don't do very often.
Well, under normal circumstances, who gets to drive a gondola? I mean,
I
normally
know.
normally gondolas are the Italian or the Venetian equivalent of a traffic jam,
Yeah.
but not this time.
No, there was nobody on the canal, and he was able to steer the gondola away and pretend he was a gondolier.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And then you swam in Piazza San Marco that night.
Yeah, I came home with a funny smell in my, my clothes smelled a little strange, and as it turned out, I think we drank a little bit too much wine that night.
Yeah, we did drink a little wine.
But it was so much
It
fun.
was fun.
It was so much
The water
fun.
was freezing cold, but actually it was interesting to see the piazza completely flooded by water, and I was like,
Yeah, go figure.
yeah, something you don't see very often.
No, but you got some photos of it.
Very good photos of it. It was really cool, and you were swimming in it. Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much footage of that we have, but
Oh, we have a little bit.
nice.
Well,
So
that was fun.
absolutely. Next, we visited Bologna.
Yeah, with Bologna, with
it's
no tourists.
very close to home.
Yeah.
Bologna is always a beautiful city, and in fact, we go there on a on a weekend to go
Yeah.
for a walk.
On a regular basis.
The interesting thing about Bologna this time was the torre.
Yeah, we climbed the Torre degli Asinelli, this super medieval tower that's in the center of Bologna.
Yeah,
It's
500 and something steps.
Yeah, it's a bit of a climb, but the view from
Yeah.
there is like really, really beautiful.
Oh yeah, no, if you want to see Bologna, you want to see all of it, walk to the top of the towers.
Yeah, that was quite a view.
Yeah,
I have to admit, the stairs are a little scary. Narrow you can see all the way down.
Yeah, it looks like they're held up with Scotch tape and
Yeah,
Band-Aids. but-
old nails from 1200. Yeah, it's kind of interesting, but no, it's perfectly safe. It's
Yeah.
a little interesting. I would not do it again, though. Done it once.
We had a good time.
Yeah, a good time.
We had
It's
a good
something you
time.
do once in your
Exactly,
life.
definitely.
And,
But
yeah.
then right after Florence.
Yeah, we went to Florence. Again, Florence with very few tourists was absolutely fantastic.
And for all of you that followed us for all of our lockdown videos, you remember I was on a diet, I was losing weight, and all of this stuff. That all changed in Florence.
Yeah, we did this.
Remember that Fiorentina?
Oh my god, the steak was like massive. It was like half of a cow. It was like really, really big, but it was really good.
But it's the local thing to eat in Florence.
Yes, yes. It's bistecca fiorentina, which is
Yes.
Florentine steak.
Yes, and I recommend 800 grams per person. So if you're 2 people, order 1,600 grams or 1.6 kilo, because it also includes the bone. You don't actually eat it all, like you cut around all of that, but you only get the best part.
Yes,
And
it's always very rare. So if you don't like rare meat,
don't eat that.
don't eat that.
Don't eat that. Yeah, no,
You won't like it.
Stick to wherever
French
home
fries.
is. Yeah, wherever your home is.
Because it's very rare. It's so
yeah.
thick that they cannot cook it all the way through.
No,
it's impossible.
Well, if they did, it would be
would
like
be
shoe
shoe.
leather. And it wouldn't be good. No, definitely.
And then in Florence, we were able to see the Duomo inside without having to line up. That was pretty cool.
That was neat. Normally, the Duomo has a lineup around the block and then some. But I have to say, I really enjoyed the Duomo from the outside.
Yeah, I have to admit, outside is spectacular. Inside is not as amazing as it's inside.
It's almost like the church builders spent it's like the church spent all of their money designing the outside of the church, and just sort of, inside was just kind of like a.
Anyway, so I was able to see it.
Yeah.
And then we went to see the Uffizi Gallery, again with very few tourists.
Yeah.
But by then, some tourists were started coming out.
There were a few more tourists.
There was
coming.
a few more tourists, some French and German and Swiss. There was a little bit more tourism.
I like the armory actually. The armory was pretty neat.
The armory?
Yeah, the armory at the Uffizi Gallery.
No, that was in Torino.
All right. Boom. Stay tuned, folks, for
Stay
that
tuned.
one.
It's few steps ahead.
I'm sure there was an armory in the Uffizi Gallery.
No, it was just
Vai,
paints.
yeah, vai, cazzarola. For those of you who know me, you know I am like petrified of bees, and for some reason we had like 50 bees just decide to come up and fly into Andrea's coffee. So
Spray.
if there's a problem,
And these are not bees, they're actually wasps. by
they're
the way.
wasps,
So-
exactly, and they can attack over and over and over and over. So anyway, but generally speaking, they don't bother.
No, generally speaking, they don't attack. They just do their job.
Exactly. So, the Uffizi Gallery.
The Uffizi Gallery, beautiful paintings, and not that many tourists.
No, not that many tourists, and a beautiful view of the Ponte Vecchio in
amazing,
Florence.
amazing.
If you want to see the best view of the Ponte Vecchio,
Uffizi Gallery.
that is where to do it.
Yeah, no, what a good time in Florence.
Yes,
It's really, really
yes.
beautiful.
Now, you guys might be wondering where we are right now.
Yeah, stay tuned. We'll let you know at the end.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
surprise.
All right. So, next stop.
Sardinia.
Sardinia.
We took the ferry boat to Sardinia for about 10 days and it was beautiful.
We were on the ferry boat for 10
No,
days?
in Sardinia for 10 days.
I don't know that I would want to be on a ferry boat for 10 days. On a
Yeah.
cruise ship for 10 days would be great.
I would pay for like 1 day now on a cruise ship.
Are you kidding?
I would be happy in 1 day.
I would just sit by the pool by myself on a cruise ship, imagining that we are having a deck party or something. That is such a weird thing this year.
I know.
No deck parties.
But we digress.
Right. So Sardinia, highlights.
Swimming in the Maddalena Island. Oh my God, the archipelago Maddalena this year, probably because there was so few boats, was so crystal clear. The
Yeah.
water was like incredible.
Yeah, definitely. But the water is usually clear. It was
The
just
water usually is
clearer.
incredibly
It was
clear.
clearer
And
this
there
year.
were way more fish this year because
Yeah.
it was not disturbed by boats. So there was
That's
tons and tons and tons and tons of fish.
I think it was the bread that you were throwing in the water.
That too, but
Just
normally there was, in my opinion, there were more fish this year.
all right. And we also got to see the Nuraghi, which is something really interesting about Sardinia. It's like folklore, isn't it?
No, it's like something that is as old as Stonehenge. That this tower built in the middle of nowhere, out of rocks.
But nobody really knows.
No, nobody really knows who built them, why they were built. They're like villages made out of stones in the middle of nowhere.
And ancient alien theorists think
Yeah.
the secret is being held by the local consortium of Sardinia, of the Nuraghi, and they don't want anybody to know.
I don't know.
So-
I have to watch that episode again.
Who knows?
I
Oh
know.
yeah, they had the Laginas on and
know,
everybody.
I know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
So-
Sardinia was lots of fun.
Yes,
we
it was.
enjoyed. We did a boat tour twice.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
On a beautiful sailboat.
Have to go out. If you come to Sardinia, you have to go out on a boat,
I know, it's so amazing.
like any island, right?
Yes.
Like any island.
Oh, it's really beautiful. But Sardinia is big, so
Yeah.
wherever you go, there's something incredibly different and incredibly beautiful to see. So definitely an island that you should visit.
Right. And then we went back to Venice.
Yeah, we went back to Venice because the first time there was few things that are still closed because of the lockdown, like the synagogues.
That's right.
And we wanted to see that. So we took a train and we went back to Venice.
That's right. And we had a good time, seeing actually we saw a part of Venice that, was really just locals.
Yeah.
There was like no tourists.
The Cannaregio area is really local, and we had an amazing lunch there. It was really good.
That's right. That's right. And
All the
what
chickadee.
else? Oh, right. That I remember the wine. I kind of forgot about the chickadee, but yes, the chickadee was delicious.
Yeah.
Chickadee, by the way, if you recall this, it's kind of like bruschetta, but so it's like a little piece of bread with some stuff on it, but it's usually fishy, like fish or
meat or
exactly.
vegetables. It's really delicious. If you go to
Exactly.
Venice, you should try chickadee.
Definitely.
And then we discovered the best kept secret in Venice.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, no, we already knew about that. We just
We
redid it.
Yeah. So the best kept secret in Venice is if you don't want to spend 60, 70, 80 euros for a gondola, you can actually go on a gondola ride for 2 euros.
2.
Folks, if this isn't the best thing that you've learned on this video, I don't know what is. And by the way, if you like what we're talking about, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button.
Exactly. Subscribe and little bell, and we'll be notified every time there's a new video coming up.
Yes, definitely.
This gondola ride is called traghetto.
Yes.
And they go back and forth between the Grand Canal, the two sides of the Grand Canal. And if you just want a photo for Instagram on a gondola, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, and
for
they're
2
used
euros.
and they're used to it.
Yes.
They're totally used to it. In fact, you can go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
2
again.
euro each time. You can take like so many
No
photos.
problem. Just give the guy 10 euros. And
They go
away you
5 times.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And exactly. So you go to the Grand Canal, there's a little traghetto, and take the gondola across the canal.
That's right. And then?
And then Rome.
Definitely. We met up with our friend Bruno,
Yes.
who's also a tour guide. Yes, we take tour guides in our own city because that is the best way, we think,
Yeah, because
to
sometimes you want to see the best without spending too much time looking for the best.
Yeah.
So if you take a tour guide, they know where to go, what to see, and what you are seeing.
Exactly.
And Bruno was amazing. Yeah,
Yes.
he's very knowledgeable, and he pointed out all the stuff that you want to see, and was fantastic.
He also made a very good cameraman as well.
He did. And he took us to the beautiful little town of Tivoli.
They have a villa there called Villa d'Este.
I know.
And, the villa itself is quite nice, but what is famous about Villa d'Este is all of its fountains.
The fountains. I mean, you can spend hours watching all these fountains. Are absolutely amazing. And believe it or not, in Rome was scorching hot. But by those fountains, it was nice and cool. It was really beautiful.
Yep, it was definitely.
Absolutely.
Well, they obviously built it partially for that purpose.
Can you believe that in the Renaissance, in around 1500, they diverted the river to provide the water for all these fountains? I mean, that was pretty awesome back then.
Yeah. Well, imagine trying to do that today.
Yeah. Good luck.
And then the Colosseum. I got to run into the Colosseum like a gladiator.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, that was pretty neat. I love the fact that we were able to get so much footage.
Yes. With very few tourists.
Yeah.
By then, tourists started to appearing, and there was way more than the
Yeah, there
first
was
day in Venice. But there was
Germans, French.
But we were still able to take photos of the Trevi Fountain with like practically nobody there. It was actually quite interesting.
Yeah,
quite
definitely. And by the way, the biggest secret about the Trevi Fountain, if you want to get the best photo of the Trevi Fountain,
From where?
what you got to do is look at the Trevi Fountain, turn around, and then you're going to see the United Colors of Benetton. What you do is you go up to the second floor, well actually first floor, but anyway, the kids floor. You just go up one floor in the kids section, go to the window, and you have a beautiful panoramic view
Of the Trevi
of
Fountain.
the Trevi Fountain.
They don't let you open the window, but you can take a photo through the glass.
Oh yeah, you just put your photo right, well, you just put your phone right up against the glass, and
Yeah.
away you go.
And then we took the train to Naples from Rome.
Yeah, by this time the diet definitely over.
Out of the window.
Best thing I ate, I still dream about it today, is mozzarella in carrozza.
I know. What's mozzarella in carrozza?
Well, it's kind of like a sandwich of mozzarella. So like a little bit of bread, mozzarella, another piece of bread. And then this place, what they did is they made batter of
Cornflakes?
cornflakes, I think, or something crispy.
Yeah.
Maybe it was panko.
I don't know. It was
I don't
super
know.
crispy.
And then they deep fry it, and oh my god, it's like you
I know, so
you just
good.
keep stretching it out for eternity. And
it's
goodness
delicious.
gracious, yeah. Actually, we're going to be going back to Naples soon.
And try it again.
That's the only thing I care about. That and maybe a pizza once in a while.
But Naples is beautiful. We love Naples. Such a beautiful city. And it's so... People don't know about Naples. Everybody thinks Naples is the gateway to Pompeii, Herculaneum, Capri,
Which
the
it
Amalfi
is.
Coast, which it is. But it's so much more to offer. I mean, that city, you can explore it for days. It's beautiful.
Well, I think it has a bit of a bad reputation, for crime and that sort of
Which
thing.
is not true.
But no, certainly not in the city center.
No, I never felt unsafe.
No,
ever.
it's not like any other city. Maybe leave your jewelry at home.
Yeah, leave your jewelry at home, but that's the same in any
Anywhere.
other city. I mean,
Exactly.
it's a city full of people. You might get occasional pickpocket, but
Yeah, but that's like anywhere else in the.
Yeah.
You get that in Florence. You get that in Rome. I mean,
you get in London. I
you get
remember
it
when I was in
exactly.
London. There was like sign everywhere. Watch out for your wallets.
Sure, exactly.
So-
But if you do happen to come to Naples or Rome, definitely visit Naples. Like stay in Naples at least a night. At least a night.
Minimum a night, especially in the summer. There's so much to see. I mean, it's really beautiful.
Now, if somebody does and they say to us, what's the one thing to look out for or to watch out for? I would say it's the taxi drivers.
Yeah, the taxi drivers in Naples are a little...
Make a deal every time you get in the car. So before you even close the door, ask them how much is it going to cost to get to my destination.
Yeah, taxi driver a little...
Yeah, because it might
Furbi, like they say in Italy.
Furbi. It might cost €5 to go and then maybe 25 to come back. Well, maybe not that bad, but you get the idea, folks.
Yeah, taxi driver, they try a little bit.
Yeah.
But actually, Naples is such a walkable city. You can walk pretty much everywhere. It's like
Definitely.
It's really beautiful. To
And then
walk.
you make room
for pizza, or for fried food, or for whatever, or for babas.
Oh yeah, this year, well actually last year we discovered it for the first time. But they have this thing. It's a cake that it's called baba, and it's a cake that has like a sugary rum sort of sauce, which is like bloody incredible. But this year they decided to put it in a cup, and they put like 2 or 3 of them in it, and in between they put like chocolate or
and vanilla.
cream
And it
or
was like, oh my-
pistachio or
it's
wow.
amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Last year you couldn't.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
No, my gallbladder didn't let me. But this
Said
year
no.
I did. I had one immediately.
Yes.
Immediately.
Yes. Now, where to stay in Naples?
Oh, definitely on the Lungomare.
Yeah, Lungomare.
Oh,
It's in front of the Castelnuovo.
I know that's the best place to stay in Naples, in my opinion. I mean, the view from there. Just open the window when you sit there. You can sit there all day
Exactly.
watching the view.
And even if you can't get an ocean view window, even if it's a view of the lane in the back, it's okay because all you have to do is leave your hotel, like just go out the front door, and there you are. You're right in front of
the ocean. It's beautiful. Definitely beautiful.
Yeah. And so most people who go to Naples, they actually go to visit Amalfi
Coast.
and Positano and those areas.
And we did.
We rented.
But we did it differently.
We rented a boat.
We went by boat.
Yep.
Because the narrow street is a bit of a day if you want to go by bus or by taxi. Or
It is a long,
tiring day. And it's windy and takes forever. Then the traffic. Don't do that. If you're there in the summer, take a boat.
Yep.
It's
definitely
so much better.
So what we did was we got a shuttle to Sorrento.
Yes.
And that was about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Not too windy.
No,
like
it's autostrada.
it gets you to the beginning of the really windy roads.
Yeah.
And then from Sorrento we took a boat that then took us to
Beautiful
Amalfi.
Well, first of all, we had the swim in some beautiful islands, and the water was spectacular.
Yeah,
like
it was a
crystal clear and
yeah,
deep blue. It was
blue.
beautiful.
Yep.
And then we went to Amalfi, and they gave us lunch.
We got lunch.
We got lunch. Yeah, they gave us the boat. The boat provided us lunch.
Oh, that's right. We had a panino
beautiful
on
panino
board,
with
and I got
mozzarella.
to open a bottle of champagne for
yeah.
everybody, prosecco.
And then it took us to Positano, and we went to Positano, we went to the beach, and we hung out at the beach for a little bit.
False alarm.
And then we went back swimming.
Yes.
And then back to Sorrento. It was absolutely fantastic.
This is kind of like a tour guide, right? It's like kind of like being taken on a tour. I have to say, I mean, everybody who knows me knows I love boating. I love being on the water. But
that was a beautiful tour.
It was a beautiful tour, and it didn't really cost all that much.
No.
These are normal
Well,
prices.
if you think it includes lunch and champagne,
Exactly.
I mean, it
That's
was
right.
pretty good.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
So,
And then we did something really, really cool. We went to see the underwater city of Baia.
that's right.
That was something that nobody knows about it.
So what is it?
It's in the Roman villa, a few Roman villas that are like sunken under the water. And you can still see all the mosaics and the statues and the walls. It's like almost an underwater Pompeii. It was like really cool.
Yep.
You can go snorkeling there, or you can scuba dive there. You can take like a glass bottom boat. It's actually something really cool.
Right. It is literally old villas, like old houses,
Underwater.
are now underwater, but old, as in like Roman old, like 2,000 years old.
I know, it was really spectacular.
And you're there, like, looking underwater, looking at these. I mean, he went scuba diving. You're there, like, looking at the mosaic tile floors. Like,
Wow, it was like really beautiful.
It's
If you
incredible.
have time to do it, do it. It's really, really cool.
tip for this: negotiate a one-way ride to Baia by taxi, and then a one-way back later, perhaps from the same taxi driver, but you do not talk about how much time will be in between.
And they give you sort of a deal.
Yeah, well, no, we paid 90 euros,
Yeah,
I think,
yeah, 90 euros.
to go and come back.
It's a 45 minutes ride, so
Right. But if you do the package, because on the taxis, they have like this card
Packages, yeah.
that show, Baia 1 hour, this, that, or the other. Don't do that. You never go based on time. Always say, I will call you, or I will call somebody else to go home. Like that, then you can spend as much time as you want,
Yeah.
or as little time as you want, and come home when you want without any surprises.
Yeah. Good idea.
There you go.
And lastly, we did Pompeii and Herculaneum.
Pompeii and Herculaneum. I was saying Positano.
We already been to Positano.
Exactly. Pompeii and Herculaneum. I would not recommend doing it on the same day, but it is possible.
It is possible. It's a long day, but
long
it's
day.
possible.
Yeah.
If it's really hot, can be a little bit of a... But no, we did it, and it was fine. We did it by train, and the train is very efficient. Takes you there in no time.
Yeah. No, everybody knows about Pompeii and what it is. It's but not many people know about Herculaneum. And in my opinion, I thought Herculaneum was much better than Pompeii,
I thought so too.
or at least more better restored, or
more
preserved.
More
better-
interesting, I think,
more
as well.
interesting.
Because you can still see the skeleton of the people trapped
Right.
by the eruption. It was
Yeah.
like shocking. While in Pompeii, you see this like gypsum.
Yeah. They have lots of old villas that
Yeah.
are better restored.
Yes.
But Herculaneum as a city, I think,
I know,
is better preserved.
Yeah, you can get a better idea what Roman life used to be. I think it's better.
I was shocked how many fast food restaurants there were in Herculaneum.
I know.
Folks, I'm not kidding.
I know.
You can see the old restaurants that they had 2,000 years ago.
Yeah, and people
There.
used to eat out all the time. It's like Roman were already eating out all the time. Go figures.
That was pretty crazy.
And now our
But,
last trip from Naples.
yes, then we got to hang out a little bit in Ischia.
Yeah.
So there's two islands. Well, there's three islands.
Three islands.
that are near Naples. You have Ischia, you have Capri, and Procida.
Procida, correct.
We haven't been to Procida
No,
yet.
not yet.
But,
Everybody knows about Capri, but we didn't know about Ischia. And Ischia is absolutely beautiful.
Right, and why did we pick Ischia?
Well, there was a special that we found on the website.
We found a special
for,
on
like,
the website. It was
super
nothing.
cheap.
5-star spa
Beachfront.
hotel, beachfront, exactly.
You name it.
Super cheap.
Super cheap. And it's beautiful.
But actually, that is exactly why we didn't pick Capri, was because Capri doesn't have any beaches.
No, Capri doesn't have any beaches.
So-
Capri is very rock. I mean, it has very tiny beaches, but no, it's not as Ischia. Ischia is beautiful.
Ischia is beautiful. We didn't take a lot of footage. We were more enjoying the time to ourselves.
Yeah.
But
Relaxing a little bit.
if you're looking for an authentic Italian experience, like a summer experience, an island experience, Ischia is certainly...
it's definitely a place to go.
And it's not expensive.
Not expensive. The water is beautiful.
Water's nice.
Yeah, you will love it. We love Ischia, and
Definitely.
I want to go back.
Yeah, we should definitely go back.
And then we went home, stayed home for a little bit, and then we went to Torino.
Yes, and again, the diet with me out the window, because can you believe that the best chocolate in Italy is from Torino? Mm-hmm. By the way, if you guys want to send me something, my birthday is coming up, chocolate is amazing. I will happily take a video of all of the chocolate that anybody sends me. So I really hope somebody sends me some chocolate. They might have to get in touch with this one for... But anyway, chocolate in Torino, quite amazing. Well, chocolate and Barolo.
And Barolo.
But
But the city is amazing too. I mean, if you want a beautiful city, Torino is really a beautiful city.
all I think about is the food.
The food. One track mind.
One track
and
mind,
that's where we saw the armory.
That is where we saw the armory at the Royal Palace.
At the Royal Palace.
Sure.
The Royal Palace Torino is quite
They had
beautiful.
nice feathery
hats,
hats. And they even had armor for the kids.
Yeah. No, the Royal Palace in Torino is quite the sight.
Yep.
Definitely beautiful. And you want to see that.
Torino is a beautiful... It was a really nice surprise.
Yes.
And if you want to see Torino, sometimes known as Turin, if you want to see it, just start from Milan. It's just a 1-hour train ride.
Yeah.
But spend the night.
I know. You have to spend the night in Torino.
Definitely.
It's beautiful.
You only need one night.
Well, yeah. And one thing you must see in Torino, is the Egyptian Museum.
If you're into Egyptian stuff, you could be... This is the second most important Egyptian museum in the world after the one in Cairo, yeah. So if this is something that's interesting to you, you need an entire day. Like, quite literally an entire day to go through.
It's massive. And
they even have coffee shops and restaurants.
Yeah.
And you can almost get your nails done in this place because it's so big and it takes so much time.
But it's beautiful. There's like so many artifacts and they're perfectly displayed, like very well displayed.
And even me, I don't even care so much about Egypt. I mean, it's cool, Tutankhamun, yeah, great. But it was even interesting for me.
Yeah, it was very interesting. And you can see like mummies of a cat, which is like, wow. Oh, it's really...
Or these little dressers, like furniture, where they know that the Egyptians used to keep their underwear.
I know, it's shocking. It's like really cool.
How do they know that?
I don't know. And the food in Torino is really good.
Oh. Yeah. Definitely a winter dish, like more winter-esque sort of very
cuisine.
Yeah, a little bit on the heavier side, but
really good.
Definitely. So one night, maybe two. We did 2 nights. We did 2 nights.
2 nights. But the train ride from us is a bit longer. It's 2.5 hours.
That's
from Milan is only 1 hour.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we drove to Pisa.
That's right. Got to see the Leaning Tower of Pisa, again with very few tourists. We've seen Pisa before, but this was even more, even nicer. However, by this time there was more.
More tourism. Yeah. Tourists picked up a little bit, and it was quite busy, but not as busy as
usual.
And we did Pisa because Pisa was on the way to Livorno, which is the port where we take the ferry boat to come to Sardinia again.
Which is where we are right now. And of course you know that we're in Sardinia if you've been following us and you're subscribed to our videos and watching us on Facebook and all of that. We are in Sardinia. We're actually in our backyard.
Yeah.
Actually in his parents'. Yeah, in his parents' backyard. Yeah. And that we thought this would be a great place to finish off our tour of Italy.
Yeah.
And this year, here in Sardinia, it's the same sort of thing. Very few tourists. Fewer than usual.
Yeah. And local tourists, like Italian.
Yeah.
So not as many people from Germany or Russia, but still quite a bit, but not as many.
Yeah. And we were incredibly fortunate.
Yeah.
Because we got invites on some friends' boats. We met some new friends.
Yeah. And the weather was absolutely stunning. Like we had sunny weather all the time. And the first day is kind of overcast as today.
Yeah, well, we've been putting off this video for so long because it's been so beautiful every single day. And but yeah, we got to go do a lot of boating, and we got to go to the beach a lot. What else? We got to see more fish, more water,
More water,
clear
more
water,
snorkeling, more Sardinian food. And that was the perfect way to end the summer.
Yes, so we've been here now for 3 weeks and headed home on Monday.
Yeah. So I guess summer is over for us
And,
too, and we are looking forward to do more traveling in the fall and winter.
Sure, I think we did a good push for the visiting Italy without tourists.
Yes.
Guys, thank you so much for watching us. Tell us, what was it about our tour of Italy that you liked so much? We'd love to know.
And if you have any question, leave a comment and we'll try to answer as best as we can.
Exactly, because you guys are going to be coming back to visit here
Soon.
most likely next year.
Yeah.
With COVID being almost gone and over and all of that.
And we look forward to see you guys here.
Definitely, we look forward to see you guys. Yes, definitely. Send us an email. If you're going to be somewhere, maybe we can try and have a coffee or a glass of wine or a piece of chocolate or something like that together.
Okay.
And,
Sounds good.
all right, guys. Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye, guys.